And we're back. Welcome to my third and final playoff video of the week. This is my preview and predictions for the League 2 playoff semi-final second legs. We have Walsall and Chesterfield, Wimbledon and Notts County. You still have time to check out my League 1 predictions. If you haven't done so already, you can check that video out at the top of your screen right now. We actually got both second legs of the Championship playoff semi-finals correct. We even got last night's game between Sunderland and Wycombe spot on, even though Sunderland did leave it to the 122nd minute to get that one right. So don't forget to drop a like on this video if you do enjoy all of these prediction series, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on my predictions for the playoff finals. We also have the Premier League video coming a day earlier this week because there are 2 games on Friday, and we have the FA Cup final this weekend as well, so that video will be on Friday. So Premier League tomorrow and FA Cup on Saturday. Without any further ado though, let's get straight into it. The opening game of League 2 is actually the second game that was played last week, which is between Walsall and Chesterfield. And incredibly, even though Walsall come into this with a 2-goal lead, it was actually Chesterfield that dominated the vast majority of the first leg, a total of 74% possession in that first leg, but they ultimately just didn't create anywhere near enough decent chances with the possession that they actually had. They only forced the Walsall goalkeeper into 3 saves across the entire 90 minutes, and only one of them I feel like was actually a difficult save to make. The other 2 were pretty much straight at him. They did hit the crossbar as well, but from 75% possession, they really should be doing better, especially at home, and especially given the occasion that was available to them. Walsall were then able to capitalise, and it was all basically down to one man, and it was Gordon, their left wing-back, who got themselves into a decent attacking position in basically only their second attack forward in the entire game. He was brought down for a penalty, which Walsall then took, and then just 10 minutes later, the same man, Gordon, down the left-hand side again. His cutback found its way to the edge of the area where Chang drilled it in for 2-0. Nothing the Chesterfield goalkeeper to do about it, and Walsall take a 2-goal lead into this second leg. And basically what they've done is they've built the platform as to how to get to Wembley from this position. Like, away from home, they've not had any possession, and they've managed to keep Chesterfield out and score the goals. It stands no reason to me why they shouldn't just take the exact same approach in this home fixture. Yes, it does allow pressure to be built onto and could potentially allow Chesterfield to get back into the game. But if you're going to keep them out away from home, stands to reason you can keep them out at home, especially given the fact that Walsall have beaten Chesterfield already this season at home, 3-1 in February. Obviously, it is worth remembering that Walsall did go on that 14-game winless run in the lead up to these playoffs, but after winning on the last day of the season and after winning the first leg, they are now on a 2-game winning streak as well. I think Walsall will do enough to get through here. Could Chesterfield score? I think they could, but only if they can actually improve on their chance creation, and you'd expect Walsall to have a little bit more of the ball at home as well. For me, this is either going to be a 0-0 draw or Walsall nick another goal as and when they manage to get themselves forward. But that is where I think this is going to go. I'm going to go for another Walsall victory, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to them. The other game was 2 incredibly good defensive displays, barring one moment of mistake from Notts County. Both goalkeepers putting in some very good performances. If you've not seen the highlights, there were some really, really good saves. I spoke about how Chesterfield and Walsall, the Walsall goalkeeper, wasn't really brought into many difficult saves. Both goalkeepers, for Bass and Goodman, both brought into some incredible saves in the first leg between these 2 teams. And unfortunately, for Notts County being the home side, it was their mistakes which has cost them this match. It was a loopy ball into the box, which just found defender Harbottle completely unmarked. His header putting Wimbledon 1-0 ahead. But from there, Notts County then had the better of the play, the better of the chances. But an incredible man-of-the-match performance from Goodman, making some incredible saves along the way. It meant that Wimbledon could hold that 1-goal lead up until the last minute of the match, when the other moment of madness from Notts County came when their top goal scorer, who to be fair was being fouled like crazy. How the referee didn't give the free kick for the clear shirt pull, I don't really know. There was a moment of head loss from Jatta. He then goes in 2-footed on one of the Wimbledon players and picks up a red card. I again think this is harsh. I think there have been a lot of controversial moments in these playoffs so far, and I do think this is one of them. He does clearly win the ball, but under the current rules, going in 2-footed, studs up, it's dangerous. I can understand why the referee decides to give them a red card, but I do think it's an incredibly harsh decision when ultimately he does get the ball. He doesn't necessarily cause any harm to his opponent. But red card given. You can let me know your thoughts on that decision down in the comment section below. And what that means is that Jatta is going to be suspended for this second leg, and he is Notts County's top goal scorer this season. So that could be a huge, huge loss for them coming into this second leg. They've obviously got to go to Wimbledon and score a goal. That is something they didn't do at Wimbledon earlier on this season. Wimbledon actually won that fixture 2-0. And again, it's kind of very similar to the first game here. Wimbledon have got the lead. They've proven that if they sit back and dig in, they are more than capable of keeping Notts County out. And now Notts County don't have their top goal scorer as well. For me, exactly the same as the first leg. I see this either being a 0-0 draw or another Wimbledon 1-0 win. And I do think that with the home crowd behind them, with Notts County starting to apply more and more pressure as the game goes on, it will open up for Wimbledon to nick at least one on the counter-attack. And I'm going for a Wimbledon victory here. I'm once again going for 1-0. But as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I do think both of these ties could see some twists and turns, especially that second one. I could definitely see Notts County finding a way to force extra time, but it would be a surprise for me. I think Wimbledon should be considered the favourites from here. But like I say, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Premier League Game Week 37 coming for you a day early tomorrow morning, so I will see you there.